Terri, stop running down your family. Pay more attention to your own man. You're already on husband number 2.
Soul food is supposed to be about family, love, and tradition. But really, it's about a messy-ass family that stayed using, lying, and betraying the only one holding them together. Let's get into it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. The movie starts at Bird and Lim's wedding. Lim's fresh out of jail. Bird's ex, Samuel, shows up looking too good for no reason and has the nerve to slap money on her during the reception. Meanwhile, Lim is on the dance floor grinding with some half-naked woman who turns out to be his ex. Bird storms off, feeling disrespected by both of them. Big Mama sends Ahmad to go get her, like she's the one in the wrong. In the dressing room, Terri says it's Bird's fault Samuel touched her. Maxine lets Bird know Lim's ex is the one he's dancing with. The sisters argue. Terri reminds them that she paid for everything. Maxine doesn't like hearing it, but wasn't complaining when the check cleared. Bird comes back asking who was on her man, and the sisters roll out ready to fight. Maxine, pregnant and ready to square up, leads the charge, only to find Lim dancing with Big Mama. Chaos has been averted, but the red flag's already waving. Cut to a Sunday dinner. Ahmad says Big Mama was the rock of the family. Before their grandfather died, he owned a corner store, barbershop, and a laundromat. Folks say Big Mama's got money hidden somewhere that she got from when he died. Terri gave Bird money for her salon and wants her to take it seriously. Maxine defends Bird. Terri claps back that she must be automatically Terry's money, aka an ATM. Big Mama tells him to hush, then hits Terri with "Focus on your husband, you're on number 2. The family stays targeting her. Big Mama burns her arm cooking and doesn't notice, laughs it off, says she needs to put some butter on it. Everyone's panicking. She says her herbs will cure her diabetes. Girl, not the KFC herbs. Dinner's served, fried chicken, greens, mac and cheese, diabetes on a plate. The Reverend gives a prayer about breast and legs under the table. Why is he here? Big Mama dreams of fish. Someone's pregnant. Or it could mean that someone is coming. So we find out Bird can't cook, but does hair. Maxine tries to throw shade at Terri, saying that the only thing she knows how to cook is cornbread. But Terri reminds them that she was raised with books, not pots. That's why she's a lawyer. Period. Flashback to the 80s. Terri was dating Kenny, now Maxine's husband. Maxine tagged along. Kenny helped her up after she fell. They locked eyes. A couple days later, Terri catches them in a fogged up car. The betrayal. She confronted Maxine. They fought. Kenny laughed. It was nasty work. Back to the present. Kenny asked Lim why he was in jail. Lim says he got caught selling a little something. Bird compares it to their dad's gambling. Big Mama says everyone makes mistakes, then tells her I worked on my knees cleaning houses to save this family. Then Cousin Faith shows up. Big Mama's niece. The men stare, and the women clock the problem immediately. Maxine says she ain't staying with her. Correct, but suddenly, Maxine's water breaks. Terry's the only one who asks for the doctor's name, and we flash to the hospital where the new baby girl has been born. Big Mama sees a doctor and finds out she needs to get her leg amputated. She refuses, says her herbs will fix it. Girl, again, at Bird Shop, Samuel shows up being slick, offers help, at a price of course, gives her a bracelet, says Lim could never buy her that, and she knows he's right. Kenny buys a computer for the baby. He and Maxine slow dance in the kitchen. They get a knock on the door. It's Lim. He talks to Kenny, who finds out that he's been fired for lying on his application about his prior conviction. Kenny says don't tell Bird. Lim says Bird is high maintenance and that she walks around in Chanel sandals. I looked that up, and honey, Chanel sandals even on Poshmark is $300. So correct. Flash to Terry's house. Terri notices that $5,000 is missing from their account. Mal says he used it for studio time, and he says that he can use his money when he wants to, but she reminds him that only $31,732 is his. He gets mad, says they need to separate accounts. Then Faith shows up, still jobless and disrespectful. The red flags are flying. One day, Bird finds Lim hiding at Big Mama's house. She finds out that he lost his job, and she offers to help, but of course he refuses, being too proud. Mal sees Faith in the street arguing, pulls over, and helps her with her dance audition. Later on, Bird calls Samuel for a favor. Lim gets the new job. Samuel shows up to flex, says he used to call Bird Cola because she had a Coke bottle shape. Lim loses it, hits him with a tray, gets fired. That night, Lim storms into Bird's shop, accuses her of cheating, pushes her. She throws up, doesn't explain why. Terri thinks he hit her and sends a cousin to beat him down. Later on that night at a bar, the cousin arrives and smashes Lim in the head with an alcohol bottle. Lim pulls out a gun. The cops come. He's arrested because not only was he a felon with a gun, but he was also intoxicated. Later on that night, Faith is alone with Miles. They drink, bond, Then, of course, they get busy. No condoms in sight. Terri walks in and finds them, but leaves before Ahmad can see. At Kenny and Maxine's anniversary party, Terri breaks down, wonders if she stayed with Kenny, would life be different? Says she'd mess it up anyways. Maxine wants Terri and Miles to pay Big Mama's hospital bills. Terri says no, she pays everything already. Says let's sell the house. They all get mad, and she reminds them she's the legal guardian and drops the line.
Oh, fuck the family! I let the family in my house. You know what? The family fucked my husband. Yeah, Faith fucked my husband.
Terri grabs a knife, chases Miles, swings at Faith, but luckily Kenny stops her. 5 weeks later, Big Mama dies. Faith and Miles stand next to each other at the funeral. Bold as fuck. Maxine finds a for sale sign in front of Big Mama's house, files a cease and desist. We find out Bird's pregnant. Maxine gives Bird a lecture about emasculating Lem, says Big Mama let her man keep his dignity. I be damned. Terri bails Lem out. Ahmad lies and says Big Mama left money. He uses it to get the family to show up for Sunday dinner. Everyone arrives. It's awkward. Lem says he got his job back. Terri says she called in a favor. Bird says Terri should focus on why her man slept with Faith, a real low blow. Faith tries to leave. Maxine says stay. Terri says let her go. Maxine gives a speech about family. Girl. Terri and Miles talk. He says they haven't been happy in a long time. She says everything she loves, she loses. But let's be real, it's not her fault. Ahmad throws a towel on the stove. The kitchen catches on fire. Nobody can stop it, except Terri. As always, grabs 2 fire extinguishers and saves the day. Uncle Pete finally comes out of his room, drops his TV. Hidden money flies everywhere. Big Mama had it all along, while Terri was out here paying taxes and bills. What kind of shit is that? We find out that Terri and Miles break up. Faith is somehow still part of the family. Lem and Bird got their own place, and she's pregnant and due any day now. Everyone's suddenly happy, but let's be real, justice for Terri. So let's talk about the clusterfuck that this movie was, okay? Because I really dislike how the women were such Captain Save-A-Hoes in this movie, or chronic pickies. Let's talk about this. Let's start with Lem and Bird. Like, girl, what are you doing? He just got out of jail and you're marrying him. This was like Love After Lockup, but 90s edition. What was this movie made? 97 or something like that? Anyways, 90s edition. And Samuel, her ex, honey, yeah, she dropped the ball. She should have went with that. I don't know the reason behind not being with him, but that man was sexy, he made money, and he wanted to be with her. So I'm just a little confused on why she chose Lem over him. Maybe she felt objectified by Samuel, whatever, I don't know, but stability over love all day, every day, okay? Let's talk about Maxine and her shady ass behavior. From the beginning, when she was younger and she stole Kenny from Terri, like, that's a fucking problem. And the fact that nobody clocked her for that foolishness and everybody just act like, oh well, Maxine's the one that got the man. Why is that okay for her to do that to her own sister? And her sister forgave her, and her whole family basically made it seem like that was a normal thing to happen, and she just won the race or something like that. Like, no, she whole cheated with her sister's man. They got in a whole fight over it. Like, why did no one clock Maxine on this? Maxine was also very jealous of Terri. She was always trying to like pick at her and, you know, dig into her weaknesses, and that's how you know a bitch don't like you. When she tries to dig at your weaknesses, especially if you've been vulnerable with her or they've seen things and you've been through stuff, and they pick at it and they bring that shit up when they want to make a point, okay? And that brings me to Big Mama. That bitch right there. I'm sorry, everybody's like, oh, Big Mama held the family together. Big Mama was the biggest fucking pick me in this whole damn movie, okay? Sorry for cursing so much, but honey, whew, this movie. Okay, as an adult watching this, I'm like, what in the fuck is wrong with these people, and why do they hate Terri so much? Oh my God. Big Mama held this family together. She had to wipe floors and cook and clean and do all types of stuff because her husband had a gambling problem, would gamble away all their money just so they would save the house. And Ahmad said early in the movie that the father or the grandfather owned all these businesses and stuff like that and how great of a man he was. But Big Mama's like, oh, he had a gambling problem and I had to go and bail him out and scrub floors just so we would stay together. Girl, are you kidding me? So the real person that should be praised for having these businesses is Big Mama, because had it not been for her bailing his ass out, then he wouldn't have had any of that stuff, okay? Whew. I also didn't like that scene in the movie when she was about to go into surgery and the only person that she talked to was Ahmad. She didn't speak to none of the other children, the little girl, nobody. The only person she was concerned about was her grandson. Hello, male identified much? Maybe I'm reading too much into this movie, but I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I'm only getting this surgery for you, Ahmad. Are you kidding me? Not your 3 daughters, not, you know, the other grandchildren who are also female. What is happening here? Okay. And she tried to defend Lim for not having a job. And like, it was just a problem. Okay. Let's talk about Terri. That's my girl. Yeah, she was wrong sometimes, but you know what? The situation she kept on getting put into was shitty. Okay. My issue is not only did Maxine steal her man and then she had to like suck it up for the family. Okay. For the family. Suck it up and act like your sister didn't just cheat and marry the man you were with. Okay. And then you have to see them every function. Then you have to be reminded of the betrayal nonstop, which is absolutely ridiculous. But then every time you bring up issues like she wanted Bird to pay her back for the investment she made in her opening her business, and they're like, oh, you need to focus on your man. You're on husband number 2. Okay, what's the problem? Okay, we don't know what the first husband did that made her divorce him in the first place. So you would rather her be on husband number 1 and be in an abusive relationship or whatever situation she was in and unhappy than to be on husband number 2 and trying it again? Girl, the male identifiedness of it all just pissed me off, okay? Do I think she overreacted whenever she was at that party and she tried to slice and dice her husband? Hell no, not at all. Sorry, I'm sorry. You can't hurt people and then expect them not to react in some manner, okay? It's just not fair to anybody to feel like you can do that, okay? So I just feel like Terri was the butt of every joke, but then everybody wanted money from her. They're like, oh, you know, fuck you and your life and fuck your trauma, but can we have some money, please? Are you kidding me? No, fuck no, you can't have any money. You can't have anything from me. Y'all don't even like me. Come on, Terri. Like, whew. I think the real good ending would have been if Terri had cut everybody off, because that shit right there was not even it. That is the definition of a toxic family. This movie, when I was younger, I was like, oh, the family, they stuck together. But in reality, toxicity siphoned off of Terri and continue to use her while trying to gaslight her into thinking that she's the problem. Okay? No, Terri was never the problem in this movie. The best thing she could have done at the very end of the movie was separate from everybody. Okay? Once they found that money, all them bills would have been paid up. I would have cut everything off. I'm not the executive of anything anymore. I'm not paying for shit anymore. Don't ask me for shit no more. I'm gonna get this divorce from homeboy and I'm gonna keep it moving. So for them to act like no trauma just happened to Terri, it was just ridiculous. Everybody's like, oh, cousin Faith, you should stay even though you cheated with Terry's husband. Like, your family, no problem. Fuck y'all. Like, Terri deserved better. And Big Mama was doing her wrong too. You mean to tell me Terri was paying the taxes and shit on this house all these years thinking Big Mama didn't have no money and she was stashing shit this whole time? You know that is financial abuse, baby. Financial abuse. It be your own people that be messing with you sometimes. They will fuck up your whole situation. Okay. Anyways, if you want to be triggered, watch Soul Food. It is the ultimate pick-me movie. And if you want to learn what not to be like in 2025 or beyond, watch Soul Food. Justice for Terri. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any movies that you would like me to do recaps on or rant about, feel free to comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Oh my God.